going, everybody? This is Jake Davies from Limbo, and we're talking to Heavy Mag today. And our new single is California Demon. It's got a lot of fire, a lot of demonic visuals. I bet you all dig it. So yeah, enjoy. Thanks.
Cheers, man. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, buddy.
I like what you did there with the play on words too. I might be totally off the mark, but California Demon and California Dreamin', it's very, very similar.
Yeah, that's. I think you're pretty spot on with that one, dude. Yeah, nothing flew over your head on that one nicely.
Very cool. So as you say, man, you recently released that song, California Demon. So how's the early reception been for it?
Yeah, it's doing good, dude. God, we even had the Alice in Chains singer Willem Duvall gave us some praise for it, so we were pretty pumped on that. It was like when those kind of things come in, it's like makes it all worthwhile, you know. But yeah, a lot of our peeps have liked it a lot. I think it's angered a few people that maybe took it the wrong way. A few Christian conspiracy people maybe took it a little bit too seriously and thought that we might have actually sold our souls to Satan. But bar those few people, it's been received pretty well.
Those people just need to get laid, mate. That's all they need to do with their life.
Yeah, something.
So tell us a bit more about the song from a musical point of view, bro, and what you're going for with it.
Yeah, it really it's definitely hits a lot of Alice in Chainsy notes, a lot of sort of Marilyn Manson kind of vibe, Manson-y kind of vibe, but you know, the most important or most impressive part of the song to me is the ending section. We had this idea of making a riff solo. So instead of your regular solo, which is just, I guess, defined by constantly changing melodic leads on the guitar, this is like, okay, what do we actually just make a riff that's changing every time? And the idea kind of built from there. At one point, we had this full like thrash section that it went into, but it was a little bit too long at that point. So cut it down to a modest 3.5 minutes. And yeah, I really love that section where we lit Luke's guitar on fire for the video. Yeah, pretty proud of that.
Yeah. And talking about the video, mate, she's an absolute banger, the music video that comes with it. So can you run us through that and what's happening?
Yeah, we went out to a studio here in Long Beach and we made it look like all of the worst parts of California combined, sort of a Hollywood hellscape with all the hobo tent city stuff and like random bikes. We actually paid a hobo that lives out front of our house to steal us a shopping cart. He said that he stole it from another bum, which I don't feel too good about now that I hear that. I thought I was just going to go to the Safeways and steal it from there, but no, he jacked it from another bum. We just got a whole bunch of bells and whistles and built this set within the studio, then had Luke and me rock it out as much as we could, but then we couldn't do any of the flames in that studio. We had to go to another friend's studio that was out in Santa Ana. He's a cool South African guy, and he's just like gave us the keys. Oh yeah, Jake, you do whatever you want. So yeah, we got the gasoline, the lighter fluid, and just kept lighting his guitar on fire over and over again until we had enough takes. And then the final time, he's like asking for more and more of the lighter fluid to be poured onto it. I'm like, it's getting pretty sketchy out here, Luke. And that last time, he had so much on it that it started traveling up his jacket and almost caught his hair on fire. To run in with the wet blanket, it was pretty hectic.
Fun times. Yeah. California Demon, a standalone single, mate, or is it part of a big album or EP picture?
Yeah, well, right now it's just in the standalone single phase. We recorded another 5 songs with the same dude, Mike Pepe. So we're hoping to get those pushed out early next year. So as they come out, we might sort of do what's called a waterfall release and sort of just compile them one after another. That's the only good thing about this singles game that you can do with Spotify these days, is you can just sort of stack them on top of each other until the full album is built. And rather than giving everybody an album at once, where people with their 2023 attention spans being so small, don't have to lose songs on it by them not having enough attention to listen to a whole album. You just give it to them one by one, and then eventually they can listen to the whole album if they do have the patience for it.
Waterfall effect, eh?
Yeah, waterfall release, I believe is what it's called.
So for those here in Australia, mate, not familiar with Limbo, mate, tell us a bit about the band and any music.
So me and my little brother actually grew up in Melbourne, Australia. I know you wouldn't hear that from the accent, but yeah, I moved out here when I think I was 23, and Luke was about maybe 18 when he moved out here after high school, and he started going to Berklee College of Music, which is a real like hoity-toity prestigious music school out here, and he's doing jazz guitar there. But he came to stay with me one summer, and the drinking started, and the playing guitar started, and we just never looked back, dude. We're like, okay, you got to drop out of school, Luke. This is too much fun. We got to just keep doing this, dude. And we started living that. I don't know if you've ever seen the Pantera Vulgar videos, but when I was a kid, that was just like our inspiration. We'd watch those all the time, and then we finally, when he was of age and we're partying together at my little beach shack, it was just like living the Pantera Vulgar videos dream, and we had to just keep it going, dude.
Yeah. And how different did you find the music scene over there to what you had back home in Melbourne?
Well, I'll be honest, dude, I didn't really get to that many shows back when I lived in Melbourne. Like, we used to get a little bit of hip hop stuff every now and then, and there was a bar called the Tote in Melbourne that some of our friends played in, local rock bands, blah blah blah. And I think I saw Jet years ago at it was called the Duke of Windsor, right next to where I went to college. But I feel like Australia, even though now it's had a real big resurgence of rock music, which is great. I feel like at the time rock wasn't too in vogue over there, so I'm glad that me and Luke dropped across the pond to start this out, because I think it's been a better situation for us. Rock has got a very large audience, especially in the middle of the country, still in America. So you can jump from show to show, hour to hour, and it goes pretty well. You have decent crowd out there.
When you first started in music over there, bro, do you think the fact that you were from Australia helped or hindered, or didn't really matter?
I think because I've got the American accent, because our mom's American, even though Luke was born and raised in Australia, he's got an American accent too. I can actually put on a pretty decent Australian accent, but I won't bore you with it. Yeah, we came out here, and just one thing led to another, and digging it.
Yeah, cool. Reading through your press release, bro, it refers to your unique take on rock and roll. Can you elaborate on that? Like, what's sort of unique about it?
What's unique to our take on rock and roll? Well, I guess it's not that unique, because another band that we very much aspire to is Faith No More, in that they really make every song its own complete vibe. There's no like two songs that sound alike. It's not like your average metalcore album where you hear your little soft intro and then bang, everything's in, and then it starts screaming in the verse, and then bang, there's some clean vocals in the chorus. We try and paint a different color with every single song that we put out. I guess that would be one of the things that really separates us. Another thing that's been horribly common these days is bands are playing more and more backing track stuff, which I think is pretty weird for a rock and roll band. But what makes us truly unique? I can't say that we are truly unique. We definitely pull a lot of influence from a lot of different people. So maybe whoever wrote that press release, I should edit that somehow.
Now, speaking of influences, mate, like you cite your influences, bands like Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, Rage Against the Machine, and Faith No More, but your music still manages to sound like your own, mate. So, like, in the writing stage of music, like, how fine a line is there between imitation and inspiration, and where do you draw that line?
Well, I think something that does happen every now and then is me or Luke will show each other a riff, and the other one will be like, yeah, that's pretty cool, but a little bit too close to this one. And oh, damn, that is a bit close to that old Pearl Jam riff or something. So that one always has to get thrown away. But we have a vault of so many riffs and so many sort of basic structures for songs to draw upon that I don't think we're ever going to have to get too close to being considered a ripoff. Although the other day, someone commented on the Instagram, it was like an ad for that California Demon bit when he's doing the solo or the riff solo thing on the while the guitar's on fire. And somebody commented, well, this is a Deftones ripoff. It's like, Deftones ripoff? How does it sound like Deftones? I'm thinking, oh, you know what? Maybe he thinks it sounds like My Own Summer, that now. And I'm like, so dude, it's a descending riff. That's about the only thing that's similar, but even that's not similar because Luke's got whammy going on in there. He's got ascending, descending, whatever sending, you know. And then other people in the chat were like, oh, this sounds a lot like Black Sabbath. Oh, this sounds a lot like, what's the other one? At the Gates. And I'm like, listen, dude, if people are saying everything from At the Gates to Black Sabbath to Alice in Chains, then clearly those bands that predated Deftones are not ripping off Deftones. So we're probably safe on the My Own Summer ripoff too, I gotta say.
And another quote I love in the press release was that you guys pride yourselves on making every show a party. Like, that's pretty much about as Australian as you can get.
Yeah, it's definitely our Australian roots. We do love to party. We've got this one song. I don't know if I'm allowed to swear, but I won't swear anyway because I've been told not to. There's this one song called LGFU, which is an acronym for Let's Get Effed Up. And it's definitely our party anthem for live shows. We usually put it at the very last song of the set. It always just sells a hell of a lot of booze and gets people into it. And if there's a headliner band that plays after us, very many times they have pointed out that song in particular because it gets the crowd hyped and going, and they always go and they rush to the bar at the end of the set and get some more shots in them so that when the big boys after us come on, they're nicely primed with shots in them and ready to rock after them. So yeah, we always want to make it feel like people are involved, if that means jumping out in the crowd and singing into people's faces if they're acting a little bit zombie-ish, so we'll do that. If that means like pouring the beer into Luke's mouth while he's doing a solo, we do that. But I mean, the worst thing ever is when you're playing like a high energy rock and roll show and you see the crowds just standing there, or even worse than that actually is when the crowd wants to have that fun night out, that big party rock and roll experience, and then you just got these guys sort of morosely standing there just going through the motions. Like, man, if you're not having fun doing it, the crowd's not going to have fun doing it,
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. And speaking of live shows, mate, have you got any coming up that you want to tell us about?
Yeah, we're actually touring all across the country with a band from late 80s, early 90s fame called Faster Pussycat. I think they were big in that whole Motley Crue era. So we're going out on tour with them for all of November, which is super great. We haven't been out since I think last year, so it's great. We got a little bit of a lineup change in the band. New friend Will's playing bass with us, so we've been practicing a lot with him, getting the chops ready, and yeah, super psyched to just get back in the van and go play 27 shows in 30 days.
Yeah, a friend of mine's band from the US, the Midnight Devils, just did a run of shows with Faster Pussycat, and they said they had a great time.
Oh, that's epic. That's a great name, Midnight Devil. I'll have to check them out.
Yeah, very glam rocky sort of stuff, but fucking awesome band.
Very cool. Well, I just saw today, speaking of Australia, our good friends Candlebox, who we went out with like, I think it was a year and a half ago. They are just announced their Australian tour. So they're doing one in just about every city, I think.
Are they
so I don't know where you are. Are you in Brizzy?
Yeah, I'm in Brisbane, yeah.
Yeah, you sound like you're from Brisbane, dude. Yeah, I saw that was the first one he announced was Brisbane. I think it's their first show down there, dude. So you got to get out.
Why don't you come with them,
dude? I'd love to. If they offered, believe me, we'd be on the next plane. My guess is that they probably want to take a lot of phenomenal Australian local bands along with them and give them the chance to get more exposure to their fans, etc. But hey, if Kevin, if you hear me, mate, and you want us to come, I'll book the flight today, dude.
If you're speaking to a mate, tell him I'll push the whole fucking Aussie boys coming home angle for you, mate, and we'll get a heap of people.
Nice, thanks, mate. Well, you got to go out and see him, even if we're not put on, though, eh?
No worries at all, my friend. Well, Before we go, mate, I've started 3 new Spotify playlists up so our listeners can get acquainted with the bands that we interview. So using your own songs, you've already given me the first one, I'm pretty sure, but a song for a playlist to get the party started.
I'm losing you, mate. 1 second. Let me move this. Oh, God. Getting bad signal. Give me a sec, mate.
All right, mate. I'll turn my video off for a sec. That might help you.
All right, cool. I think we're good now.
Cool, bananas. So give us a song for a playlist to get the party started, one for a playlist to save your marriage, and one for a playlist to potentially end your marriage.
Are these my songs or are these other people's songs?
Your songs, brother.
My songs. Okay, so party. Oh, wait, sorry, say again. What was the first one?
Party started. So that'd have to be LGF.
Party started. I would say Let's Go. Let's Go is great, high energy. Even though that other one, LGFU, is good. That one's more like after the party's been going for a bit and you want to kick it on to the next level. Yeah. But just to get the party going, party started, I'd say either let's go to get it popping, or maybe if you want to get the girls involved, you want you want a little bit more female attention, my kind of girl would be a good one for that.
Yeah. Now, one to save your marriage.
One to save the marriage. Whoo! God, we got a lot of sassy ones, dude. The devil you know is kind of if the woman's willing to listen to reason, then the lyrics of the devil you know might make sense. It's all about a girl who's looking to the grass is always greener kind of scenario, like pretending like she can do better than you, and when she realizes what's out there is actually a hell of a lot worse than the devil she knows.
Yeah, beautiful. And how about one to potentially end the marriage?
Oh, one to end the marriage. And on. Chorus says, I can't love you on the inside, but the outside puts on a damn good show. I'm with you because of what you look like, not what's inside, but I won't ever let you know. So that's a pretty mean one.
That was and on, was it?
Yeah, that was and on. That was for that was written about one of my ex-girlfriends. She didn't take too kindly to that.
Aren't they great inspiration, ex-girlfriends?
Oh, the best.
Everyone
should wouldn't have a lot of our songs or a lot of the concepts for the songs had I not gone through this, that, and the other failed relationship.
Very good, Jake. All right, bro. Very, very nice to speak with you, bro. Your new single, California Demon, is out now, and she's a pearl of it. I look forward to hearing new stuff as she comes out.
Absolutely, man. If we ever get to Brisbane, I'll definitely hit you up.
I'll even pick you up from the airport, my friend.
All right, love that, dude. Bring the stubbies.